right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. And I have to apologize for not being here yesterday, but it was a busy morning with a lot of stuff going on. And so I was able to put a nice word up for us to focus on, and I was happy to do that. And today, we have a word that we may not have ever thought of as being a virtue, but let's see how it is and how we can focus on it in a way that is going to bring us the greatest benefit. And that virtue that we're going to focus on today is grace. So let's read the description first, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. Grace is our connection to the divine, a sense that we are loved and provided for in all circumstances. It is opening ourselves to bounty. Grace inspires us to give unconditional love to others. When we are gracious and elegant, others are drawn to our company. With grace, we can turn every communication and relationship into a thing of beauty. We grow in grace when we treat others with dignity, kindness, and exquisite courtesy, and whenever we forgive. As we connect deeply with grace, we become the presence of grace to others. So it's very interesting that we've gotten this comment in the description about forgiving others and the importance of that 2 days in a row. So that's something first I'm going to take as a note to myself. But then I'm also thinking about this idea of grace and its connection to the divine, or to the universe, or to the greater source of life. And this is what I have found, that the more that I am open to allowing myself to feel good. In other words, when I don't feel good, it's generally because I'm thinking something that's negative, or that I am doing something that's negative. And deep down inside, I have that feeling of, oh, this isn't too good. So, if we concentrate on doing things that make us feel good, and I know that sounds a little bit selfish, but I'm not talking about it in a manner that is a selfish manner, but you know how that is. That when we say something to someone and it wasn't kind, that we still get that bad feeling inside of us, that conscious that's bothering us. And so, grace is that connection to the universe and to our source of life, and having that sense that we are giving to others, that we're doing things that are satisfactory to who we truly are, not what we're responding to in a moment of anger or frustration or disappointment or whatever, right? And so the more we treat others with that dignity, as it puts in the description here, and with kindness and with courtesy, the more we forgive, the more we do these things that we know are excellent for our own well-being, that's also excellent for others' well-being. And we can know that no matter what the situation is that we find ourselves in, that we're always in a situation where we know what is the right thing to do. And so I believe that that's what grace is all about. It's opening ourselves up to those things, and allowing ourselves to think about and to reflect on our relationship with others, with the universe, and most importantly, with ourselves. And so, that's how I'm thinking about grace today. How do you practice that, though? How do you practice that? It is through reflection, I believe. And it's through getting started on the right foot. It's through looking at every situation that we go into or change in the day, and having a real purpose for that segment of the day, right? So, in other words, if we know that we're going to need to have a difficult conversation with an individual, whether it's a child or our spouse or partner, or if it's with an employee or an employer, deciding ahead of time who we want to be and how we want to be, and being inspired the by the source of life and who we truly are, I think is the way that we demonstrate grace, and that we're become known for being graceful, right? How do we teach our kids about that, right? It starts with that example, and then and helping them to appreciate that everyone deserves dignity. Everyone deserves kindness. Everyone deserves courtesy. Everyone deserves forgiveness. Everyone deserves grace. Our ability to give unconditional love to others. And that's the inspiration comes because, well, what happens? I mean, the universe, God, the divine, the source of life, has been very forgiving to us, and we have this opportunity to return that. And when we do that, it's a beautiful thing. So that's how I'm thinking about grace today. A little bit more on helping our children to develop this. And I think that, this is one of those things that we start very, very early, and we can begin talking about very early, about how forgiveness is demonstrated, and how we show courtesy, not just with words, but that feeling inside that every person has a nobility about themselves, a dignity about themselves. They have a worthiness that is true of every individual on the earth, and our willingness to open ourselves up to them and become curious about them, and to really have an understanding of where they're coming from and how they're feeling and the things that are going on for them, is all part of grace. So thank you very much for being here. That's my thoughts today. And I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow, where we have another virtue to focus on. And until then, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families. And that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time.